Dear brave and beautiful soul, it's been almost 20 years since our paths crossed, but I wanted to take a moment to say thank you. You didn't know that when you decided to share your story of healing from trauma off of Lincoln Avenue in Urbana, that there would be a 20-year-old girl in the back row hanging on your every word. You didn't know that I had been meeting with a counselor every Wednesday for the past school year. I had hoped to find healing in her office off of John Street, but instead I walked out each week with just a couple of coping strategies. You didn't know that I'd stop at St. John's Chapel next to Newman Hall multiple times each week, praying that the flashbacks would stop and the triggers would cease. You didn't know that I had dreams for my future of a loving husband and kids, but I questioned if I would ever be capable of a healthy, intimate relationship. You didn't know that I was in a place of quiet desperation, and yet you were so faithful in sharing your story of trauma and ultimately of your healing. I'm guessing that morning you battled whether your story was worth sharing. Was your heart racing as you shared, or did God's peace rest upon you? Regardless of how you felt, I'm so grateful that you had the strength to do so that morning. I remembered as you shared your story, it sounded so much like my own, but there was a glaring difference. Yours ended in healing and redemption. How my heart longed to have that same testimony, that I too could be healed and able to fully enjoy my life. Then my thoughts shifted. It's like something inside of me awakened. I remember thinking, if God could do this for her, He could do it for me too. But how? I needed to know what you knew. And you were so gracious, offering to meet with me. As you sat across that booth from me, sipping your milkshake and pouring your heart into mine, my eyes were open to truth and the power that I had not tapped into. You told me about your healing journey. You told me about how God had spoken to you and said, "You are healed." My hope for better had been wavering and really dwindling away until that day. Until you sat across from me, spoke truth, held my hand, and prayed for me. You didn't realize it at the moment, but you were the catalyst to my healing journey. You, my brave friend, were the catalyst. The light in your story brought my heart out of darkness. Your story had and still has more power than you'll ever know. Thank you for your faithfulness. With love and appreciation, Kelly.